friends, Lorien Witch here with your monthly tarot card reading for your individual sign. This will be a brief snapshot of what's to come for most of you in your sun sign. It's also applicable for your rising sign and your moon sign. So watch those videos if you'd like a fuller picture of what seems to be coming up for you this month. I have picked up on messages the cards wish to give me for those who need to hear it. Now, it doesn't matter if you don't feel that you have a resonance with the messages, that's absolutely fine. Perhaps the messages this month don't really apply to you, or you could in fact look back on the month and actually see that they did have a purpose there. So whatever you feel like in these messages, don't worry. I do hope it does resonate with a fair few of you. It seems like it's going to be a majority for this month. And if you'd like me to look at something more in depth with you, please feel free to get in touch. You can book and purchase a personal reading with me on both my website and through Etsy. As usual, thank you so much for your kind comments, for your sharing, subscribing, and also your emails as well. I've met a lot of you through Facebook and Twitter, in addition to YouTube, and this really makes me happy connecting with you all. So I just wanted to let you know I am so glad that I'm able to connect with you this way, and that a lot of you do feel a resonance with the readings that I do for you. So without further ado, let's have a look at your sign's monthly reading. Hello friends of YouTube, it's Lorien Witch here. So I'm using the Chrysalis Tarot for this month's reading, and it just thought it'd be a nice change. The actual deck is by Tony Brooks and Holly Sierra. They're a wonderful deck, and it does deviate from the traditional tarot just slightly, and it's been something that I've wanted to experiment with and get to know a little bit better. So it seems to have gone pretty well for the last few readings that I've done with it, personal clients. So let's have a look and see what's in it for you this month. As always, we have the 4 cards representing approximately a week of September, and then we have the Oracle card, which is the Earth Magic Oracle deck by somebody whose name I can't quite find, but that'll be the message for the overall month. So let me have a look for you. To be honest, it all makes sense in the way that it's laid out here. Because to me, Leo, there's something almost transformative about these cards. The 9 of Mirrors is actually the 9 of Cups. And this is, well, it looks like it to me. It's something that I feel in the first week of September. You may be feeling the winds of change. You may be feeling like you have a lot of replenishing to be done. I do also feel that you are going to have a lot of time to look at the fruits as to what you've made for yourself. And I keep putting words into my head and I'm not sure what they mean. But it's almost like there's fruits of your labour, there's a lot of replenishing. You get what you wish for, I would say, in this first week. There's almost like a tantalising taste, a snippet of something that you have wanted for quite some time, and it's presented to you in this first week of September. It's almost like it's within reach. It's within this kind of needing this, there's something here that I really feel is quite strong for you. And the way that it's presented to me is almost like you can see yourself reflected in all these elements. You can see yourself reflected in what is being presented to you. I do feel there's a lot of people who are going to be being sent as messengers. So they will come into your life and they are going to now start to reconnect with you. And I do feel that a lot of these messengers who come in are going to give you good news. I do sense that you're going to be more open with people, and plans are being made, arrangements are being made. You are going to have the chance now to see what you want to make of your September. And I do feel it's going to be taking kind of a leaf or an understanding from other people's point of view. And this also transfers into the second week with the Ace of Stones. Now this is kind of waving goodbye to Saturn in Scorpio, where it's been for the last 2 or 3 years. And as you move into this kind of ending phase, you begin anew. The Ace of Stones in traditional tarot would be Ace of Pentacles. And to be honest, I do feel that there's a strong energy with this. You can see now the beginnings of a new material dawn, and you will also be able to replenish yourself with the water that you've gathered in the first week and the tantalizing glimpses of what you need. You're going to now start to plan. This is a grounding force. This is something that some fire signs do need, and some of you Leos may feel like you're raring to go, but I think planning is your friend. In September, strategy, planning and organisation will get you where you need to go better than pushing through like a bull in a china shop, or a lion in a china shop, if you will. So I feel like you do need to either take the time to strategise and slow down, or you need to get the energy to strategise, because it can go both ways with Leo. You can either be too lazy, or you can be too jumping up and down. But I do feel like in the third week, when we do finally say goodbye, or we're in the transference of Saturn into Sagittarius and out of Scorpio, you're going to feel it kind of coming together. You're going to feel like the plan for the next year is going to be started, not just September. Whereas you're taking care of the little things, I do feel that you're going to be mostly looking at what else is expanding, what else is moving out there, how you can bring in things to you, material awareness. You can cross that ravine that the little bear's on. The bear represents strength of mind and sturdiness, very rooted, walking through. He looks all cute and cuddly on the outside, but as you know, bears have a ferocious temper, I would say, and they can be quite strong. And I do feel that your appearance may deceive some people this week, not in the bad way, but they may underestimate you. And I feel that the progress that you're going to be making here is going to be testament to surprising them. I think that they expect something from you, maybe kind of lackadaisical approach. You will surprise them with the studious, the very enigmatic but purposeful approach that you give to this. You are going to almost become an earth sign in September, because I feel like with this grounding energy, most of these seem like it's very earth based. I would say that you are going to be kind of not brought back to earth with a bump unless you've been away with the fairies. I feel like because you've got 2 new beginnings here, you're going to be pushed on your material level. And it's not going to necessarily be a bad thing unless you view such a thing as detrimental. Because sometimes I've met a few Leos who just like to be flighty and flick around, and some of you do suffer from anxiety here and there, the very few of you. But I do feel that with the Ace of Spirals here, which is the Ace of Wands, it's a welcome sign. Because there's a lot of things to choose from, there's a lot of creative energy here, and I do feel that although it is a ram and it normally represents Aries, I do feel that you're going to get that Mars energy. You're going to be able to push forwards and see what links this new beginning for you. What things do you want to materialise creatively? So once you've established your material needs and what you need to get from that, and your work plan, your family plan, or what you need to even just survive on a basic thing, then you can look creatively and see, okay, what do I want to bring in which isn't just about money and family and the home? What is it that I want to add as a cherry on top of this life cake? What is it that I want to make out of myself? And I do feel this is going to be, you're going to get a lot more answers. I think the less questions you ask of yourself, actually, you're going to get more answers. So the more you kind of push on, take your guidance, do not question any guidance, go with it, trust the universe, you'll be rewarded and you'll get a lot more than you hoped for. So this is a very good start for you. And also I see with the trees, the grounding force with the Oracle card, it is something that I feel has been waiting for quite some time. It's almost like this tree and the roots underneath, you're now finding yourself reflected in the world around you. You're now finding the effects of your presence. And this is actually going to show you that a lot of work that you've put into this is actually going to pay off in a big way. This, I feel, is also related to Saturn. A few of you may be actually experiencing a Saturn return. It comes around every 28 or so years, and it stays in the sign for about 2 or 3. So whether you're 28 or whether you're 60 something or even 58, whatever it is, you're kind of going to be moving on now. You're going to be rooted in something. It's time to look at the nitty-gritty. It's time to figure out the plan, the long-term goals, both creatively and materially, because I do think that even though you can and do have the ability to spread your wings and fly off into the ether, you will need to have a grounding force here. You will need to have an anchor to the earth plane. And actually, just as I'm reading for you now, looking out of my window here, there are so many birds flying around, and they're playing in the wind because the British summer is ridiculous. It's dark and dreary and almost wet, but the wind is up and the birds are playing around, but every so often they come back down, sit and rest on a tree, kind of brush off their feathers, make sure they're aware of their surroundings, and then fly off again. And as I've been watching them now, I do feel that this is for you, because the more I talked about it, the more a flock started to come in. So it must be kind of relative. I do feel that it is meaningful for you. I do feel that it's almost like this is now a chance to spread your wings, but don't forget where your roots are. Don't forget, to make sure that you have something to fall back on. And it's almost like you will have the chance now to grow beneath as well as above. It's going to match up. So whatever you see or find in September, it is going to be one of personal expansion. And I do hope that you take advantage of the energies that are being presented to you, because I do feel this is very strong. And I also believe that this is something that you can really work towards on a global level. You don't have to stay where you are over these. I think this is going to transfer, actually. This reading's probably going to carry through even to the end of the year, but I will still look at individual months, of course, for you. And I actually will really look forward to reading for you for October, because the Saturn will have changed and we'll see what is actually coming through for you in regards to energies. If you would like to have a reading with me on a personal one-to-one level, my website has a few reading options. If you don't see anything that really fits your needs, just email me. My Etsy shop is now actually on holiday while I have some other readings to complete and also some writing deadlines. So I will be absolutely happy to help you if you want to purchase a reading from me. Otherwise, I will see you in October. Do take care of yourself and have a very pleasant September.